Greetings and welcome back to the lab and welcome to 2024. Time to get some stuff organized and get ready for projects old and new, but we're going to start with Mailbag. This will be the first one of 2024 and I'm going to start numbering them for you. So, I've got stuff that needs to be unpacked. I do conveniently have some stuff from Amazon. Let's see, the first one is switches. This is some colored switches for an upcoming project. And I'm hoping that these are smaller than another switch that should be in this mailbag. So there's, how many of these? I can't remember, it's probably, it's 10. It's 5 different colors, 2 of each. I'm just going to use the green as an example for now, and I'll explain a little bit more in a second. Let me grab something. This is the current version of the oscillator board for the DIY musical keyboard, and it's had some issues. I was trying to get a couple of different frequencies going, and one of them gave me so much trouble that I finally just decided, okay, it's time for yet another redesign. So I'll pop up a real quick rendering here so you can see how much different it's going to look. Let me move that over to the side, and maybe in post I can put it right here. Okay, that said, these switches are for, I thought of another purpose for this board besides just the oscillators for the keyboard. So stay tuned for that, and this switch has something to do with that. Let me grab another one. So this should be interesting. All right, toggle switches. Yep, that is the one related to this switch here. So let's take a look at these. Different packaging, but conveniently I can get 20 of them pretty quick. I think there was 20 of them. Does it say how many? Doesn't, but let's take a look. Ooh, even comes with a little wrench to help me put things together. So these are what traditionally would be called single pole double throw switches. They have the 3 contacts. The one in the middle is your common, and depending on which direction you push the switch, it will make contact with another contact. So in this position, it's actually hitting the one on the opposite side. It's always the opposite side. If you kind of think about it, it's actually rotating around something, and something on the other end is making contact. So that's that. And then these should be some nice caps that they actually had as part of this kit. I don't know why I was thinking it was going to be a bigger kit, but these are, I guess they call them micro mini switches. And so this should then thread onto here. That should thread onto there and give me a nice cover for it. And so on the platform that it'll be on the cover of the new project, this will make for a nice look. So now, put that together with this. My hope was that this would not be larger. It's just slightly larger, but I might be able to get away with it. So I've got to actually figure out where to put this on the new circuit board. So that's not in the rendering that you just saw. Let me get this, you know what, we'll just put it aside. Let's get to the next item. Conveniently, there should be a third package here from Amazon that is related to the new project. Well, related to the new project and related to the revision of this circuit board. So, let's done this right. We should have, and I'm not necessarily endorsing, this is just happens to be the one I picked up, but we've got variable resistors, potentiometers, and quite a few of them in different values. So, what I ended up deciding was well, actually, I'll explain in a moment once I open another package. When I started having problems, I started realizing, okay, maybe what I need is more values of variable resistors. So I ordered more of a different kind of variable resistor. And I wonder if I can do this without revealing my exact location. There we go. This is how they happen to package these. So it says electronics inside. I love that. There's just something neat about that. And these are, there you go. Now you can kind of see. It's these same variable resistors that I was using down here. The problem I was running into, which I want to solve with a redesign, or solve in the current redesign, is that when I'm trying to tune the frequency, I use the computer. I have a computer generated frequency that I can then match this oscillator's frequency against and get it in tune. But the problem becomes having to use a tiny little screwdriver and trying to get it into this itty bitty little screw head here, which is great. These things are fantastic in the fact that they have like 30 turns of adjustment, 30 full revolutions of adjustment, but it just is a pain trying to figure out, like holding something to keep a connection and then trying to turn this at the same time. It's like I need 3 or 4 hands. It's just not working out for me. So that's what these are about. Is I'm going to switch to this type, which should be, as he grabs one at random, should be easier to get the screwdriver in a larger thing there and get that to work. Get it. The only downside to these is that they are only one turn. They're not even a full turn. They're like 210 degrees out of 360. So, and now I'm not exactly sure which one I took this out of, so I'm going to put that to the side. What I ended up doing in the new design was I ended up putting 2 of them, so I have a coarse and a fine tuning. On top of that, there's still 3 resistors making up R2 as I had, so if you've been watching the other series on what's going on, you'll kind of understand that. So let me put these aside. See what else we have. Oh, this one should be interesting. I have, if you've been watching, I have a couple of these flat pack batteries that I harvested from a laptop battery, and I've been wanting to do a project with them, and I kept trying to think, okay, what should I do? Do I design a circuit board? What am I going to do? I ended up ordering this, and you can hear the springs inside. All right, same knife, different bag. So if this is what I think it is, this should be a battery bank. And I thought it had a display on it. All it has is these little... I can figure out how to open this. Well, you know what? I'll leave it for... Yeah, I don't want to damage this in a hurry. So the idea is this is supposed to handle up to 8 18650s. I want to modify it and stick the battery in there. And by my measurements, I think this is going to work. I can either put one in there or I can put both in there. It should be thick enough to handle both of them. But I'll try one first. But on top of that, I need to... Whoops, I got to be careful I don't get those leads touching each other. I want to try one of them first. And as part of that, I need my new battery charger, which is plugged in over there. Okay, so this is getting to be a real mess here, but that's part of the reason why I'm doing all of this, is I'm in the middle of sort of spring cleaning, well, winter cleaning, if you will. This is my new battery charger. It gives me the ability to charge the cylindrical batteries, but I think I can adapt something to stick in here so I'll be able to charge these and test them to get a really good idea what kind of capacity those have. So that I got for Christmas. That makes me happy. I think we've got two more packages. So if I'm not mistaken, this is from Alice. Alice 110 1983. Becoming rather legendary on these things. And let's see. This should be, among other things, I got more wire for another project. And yep, there's the LEDs. Now these are sticking out of the bag. That's not good. I believe these are just warm white LEDs. Let's give that a quick test. But the idea is I'm still trying to figure out the best way to deal with a dark corner of the yard and trying to build a light that will light it up appropriately. But ultimately, in order to see on security camera, I need it to have infrared to light up that area. So what I've developed is what I call a stealth light. It's actually a light that'll be a pathway light, but it also has infrared LEDs on it. So these should be, that's a rather cold, warm white. But it does a decent job of pumping out some light. So there'll be a bunch of these. There'll be some of the infrared. So that's another project that's coming up very soon because Christmas is over. I've taken down the Christmas lights and I'll actually be using part of that system for that project. So that's got that, and let's see what else we've got. One more. I'm trying to think what this is going to be. Well, I guess I'm going to be somewhat surprised, although I knew it came. These are the infrared LEDs, and these are high power infrared LEDs at 850 nanometers. That happens to be what my camera can see, so that is part of that project, the stealth light. So there you go. Bunch of stuff I've purchased. Now I've got it open. I can throw away the bags. I can put all this stuff away and get to the next project, which actually one thing I want to do, I have this is left over from the Christmas lights. Well, it was actually up for Christmas, but I still need to remove these yellow LEDs and I'm going to put them back in stock. That's not critical, but it's just probably something I'm going to get done. I need to go through these switches and measure them carefully to make sure that they're going to work in the new circuit board, and that'll take care of the oscillators, I hope, with all the new parts that I have here. And what else? I mean, so we've got the stealth light, we've got the oscillators for the musical keyboard, and we've got the battery bank for the laptop batteries. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. That is the plan. We will see how all of this works out and in which order I get these going. So, I just wanted to get stuff unpacked and ready to go. Thanks for watching.